He has no front plate. We're in New Jersey. You're supposed to have front plates. A front plate, back plate is required in New Jersey?
Yes, sir.
We have 2 vehicles over here with no front plates. And we were just wondering if we could get a citation to get it corrected. Just so somebody learns a lesson to get their front plate. Just like we would have to learn the lesson to follow the law, you know?
I got you.
You know, could you get your ticket booked?
I could, yeah.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it, dude. That would be the first time ever. Okay, so whenever the shift's over, right? Can you guys come out and see if he's going to pull off without a front tag on?
I absolutely can.
And then you can cite him, right?
I could cite him, yes, but will
You
I
could,
not?
or will you?
I won't.
So
Why not? Why? And why do you smile?
I'm smiling.
Why is it
because
funny?
How is writing somebody a ticket for a front plate, which I, again, have the discretion to do or not to do? How is that protecting and serving?
How many times can somebody get discretion over and over again until they are getting a ticket? So could you just tell them, hey, you have to have a front license plate. If you keep coming to work without a front license plate, I'm going to be forced to order you, or give you so much discretion. Now you have to do it, you know? So funny. Dude, I wish they were open. I love code enforcement so much.
Oh, I know.
I turned my front yard into Action Park. Remember that whole place?
Okay, yeah. Big old water slides.
The deadliest water park ever.
Go-kart tracks.
Yeah. Turned my front yard into Action Park, and my neighbors are bitching at me about it because of the go-karts that are going around. They said I can't have all the tires on my lawn, and stupid fucking, they hate me.
So this is Egg Harbor City, not Township.
Yeah, Egg Harbor City. What's going on, everybody? I'm here in Egg Harbor City, the Southeastern PA Community Watch. We're at the police department. Check out the layout of their building for unknown reasons. According to the State Police of New Jersey, for unknown reasons, we are going to be surveying the layout of their building, what officers that are on duty, including their unit numbers, for unknown reasons.
Unknown reasons. That's why we're here, for unknown reasons.
So this is where all the robots come inside and outside. I flip it.
Keith Pilgrim Park, Triple E.
Seems very peaceful at the moment here.
Nice little park, public park over there. It's nice.
Seems very peaceful. Seems very peaceful out here.
Egg Harbor City.
Seems very
Small
pleasant.
little fucking police station.
Yeah. For the city. You see they have the ghost cars.
Yeah.
Every single one of them, it looks, is a ghost car.
You can barely see the tags on it.
Yep. They don't even have top lights.
Wow.
They don't. That's how ghost they are. They have tag readers.
Yeah, they got
That one.
pictures.
That one. This one has no lights and nothing. On the top, you'll never know. You'll never know. Oh, he's got front end damage or side damage. Damn, how'd that happen, bro? How'd that happen? Yeah, pretty bad.
Don't clean up around here. This one's not a very clean one. Trash cans are full. Over the brim. Old leaves everywhere. Face masks flying. Pursuant to Executive Order 122.
That expired. It expired months ago.
Look at this old door, man. They don't spend much money on this.
He has no front plate. We're in New Jersey. You're supposed to have front plates.
Like a haunted house.
Oh,
Seriously.
it's pretty weird. He has no front plate. I'm gonna confront him. This guy doesn't have a front plate either. That's really weird. Somebody's like running. Were you just running? Were you just running?
No, why?
I heard foot clapping on the ground.
Well, that wasn't me.
That wasn't you?
No.
I mean, I heard it and then you came around the corner.
I was walking.
Okay. What's your name, sir? What's your name?
Patrolman Caldwell.
Patrolman Caldwell?
Yes, sir.
What have you been doing all day?
I just got in.
Okay, what did you do earlier?
My shift hasn't even started yet.
Nice. So what do they advertise the
hey,
DUI
hey.
checkpoints? You know? Where they advertise the DUI checkpoints?
I don't know. We don't even do them in this city.
Do we have to have front plates in New Jersey? Are we required to have front plates on our personal vehicles in New Jersey?
As far as I know.
What's up? That guy, he just
Either one
locked
of
it.
them's mine.
What's that?
Either one of those is mine.
You're an
But you're an officer. Can you cite them, please?
You would cite me.
It would cost me a bunch of money. It would take food out off the table. Like, can you do it the same thing for him?
Must be one of the blue line.
Oh, the guy with
blue line buddy.
this is the guy with the side damage.
Drive careful. Put your seatbelt on.
Yo, he came running out. I heard it. Clap, 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 clap. And then he stopped running and walked around the corner. This is weird.
It's like a haunted house, man.
Wait, what's he do that for? What did he do that for? He's just reparking his truck, or?
It doesn't want to catch the damage that he caused. So that must be his buddy's vehicle, huh? I guess we can go look at that, right?
Yeah, I guess so. You know, it should be reported. Can you do that real quick?
Huh?
Can you do that real quick?
That car?
Your ticket book?
No.
Why not?
Why
The
not?
problem with it, you can go in the station and
So it's one of your
Wait,
blue line
they're
terrorists,
exempt.
buddy?
They're exempt.
It's
They're not
it's
exempt. You can sign a complaint. Go ahead.
it's one of his terrorists. buddy.
Sign a complaint. You're supposed to
We'll
enforce
get
the
back
law.
License plate, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, go for it.
Believe me, we will.
So they just let these people have no front plates. It's not his truck. None of them's his.
Not
so,
mine.
Well, where
Well,
is his? Where is his? Maybe he
So
has
when
no
you pull
front
me
plate
over
too.
for no front plate, that's not yours either. Okay? J35 JUT S71 MZZ or MZX. Can't speak. MZX S71 M.
Unreal. Officer.
How you doing?
Yeah, there's a couple vehicles here with no front plate,
Okay.
and we just thought maybe we can get them cited for it, just like any other person. Okay, thank you. These kids are young, bro. Damn, they got some young police officers here. They're like cadets, bro. Let me go talk to them over here. Let me go talk to these. Let me talk to these robot people. They all filed in real quick. There's like everybody on the street is now here. Hey, what's going on? In New Jersey, you're required to have a front plate and a back plate, right? Correct?
What's that?
A front plate, back plate is required in New Jersey?
Yes, sir.
We have two vehicles over here with no front plates. Over here. These two trucks. And we were just wondering if we could get a citation to get it corrected. Just so somebody learns a lesson to get their front plate. Just like we would have to learn the lesson to follow the law, you know?
I got you.
Right on.
Can I ask something real quick? Are you guys one of those First Amendment auditors?
I mean, we just go and film cops, you know?
Oh, okay. Where do you do all this at? Just everywhere?
Yeah, pretty much. Everywhere. I've been all across the country doing it, so, I mean, I'll answer that,
You
yeah.
guys have a YouTube channel?
I have different outlets that I get my media out to.
Okay.
But this right here, I mean, we just saw the guy with the Ford pull up. I guess his shift changed now or something, so, why can't this guy be held accountable the way everybody else should be held accountable with a front plate? That's his personal vehicle.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
mean, I can't
police issued vehicle.
I can't speak for him. I don't know what his deal is
Well,
with
could you get your ticket booked?
I could, yeah.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it, dude. That would be the first time ever that somebody people are all held accountable equally, no matter what your position is.
If you want, you can. My keeper's over there. You can talk to her. But
Your chief?
yeah.
Okay,
I actually have to go handle.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. What's up, man? You got front plate on your car? Oh, there's a lot of young kids here. We're working here, man. Everyone here.
So, speaking of,
They're young.
21-5 says you have to have your body cam on when you're talking to the public. Do you have body cam?
We do have body cams. I am not wearing one right now because I came out to actually start my vehicle.
So real quick, what do you guys advertise for DUI checkpoints?
Yes, we absolutely would. We have to.
I know. Do you know where you advertise?
We haven't done a checkpoint in a while, so I'd have to check what agencies we do that. I believe we would do it in press, maybe the Hamilton Gazette or the Current. I'm not sure.
Do
I
you
have
like
to look.
a website?
Like classifieds or something?
Or
Or?
paper from way back, when you-
Yes. So, like I said, we haven't done a checkpoint in, I think, since 2009. I'd have to check
Oh, good.
again. So we haven't done any checkpoints, but we are mandated to go ahead and advertise that. So.
Everybody
Yeah.
that gets them has to
Yes.
somehow. What's so weird you'd have to advertise that? Isn't that a weird policy you have to follow? You know what I mean? To me, that's just so odd that you're advertising where it is so people cannot go there if they're drunk. So it's kind of weird to me that you would have to advertise by law. But that's just interesting. So anyway, so you're not going to deal with those two cars in violation of state law?
They are parked right now, so no, I'm not doing anything. with
He
them.
just pulled in. I have it on camera.
Who just pulled in?
Do you know that
Ford,
one?
the Ford with the chrome grille.
Okay, and again, I said you can if you'd like to. You can file
It's a
it.
moving violation,
It's
or
not a
not a
moving
moving violation,
It's not a
but he
moving
was
violation.
moving his motor
Yeah,
vehicle.
but it's not a moving violation.
Yeah, it's not a moving. He wasn't the failure to
So
turn
if you parked
signal.
on public land owned by public people, shouldn't every vehicle be in compliance?
It can be. It probably should be. I have to check our ordinances. There are ordinances that say that if you have to be registered. Again, it's not a moving violation. We
No.
have
It's
to-
not, but it's a personal vehicle, and it's not a state.
Why-
It's
why-
not a.
why
It's not
are
a
you
government.
yelling at me?
Don't yell at her.
Why are you yelling at me? I'm having
That's a
perfectly
good one.
nice
I love it.
conversation.
Hey, no, I'm just asking. It's how I talk. So,
It's just strange, like I said, and it's very.
I understand.
It's
what,
a shame.
wouldn't it be okay to just
just do what's right?
like uphold everybody equally under the law?
If that's the case, then we would issue everybody that we stopped motor vehicle citation, and we don't. So
So when
There's
he
discretionary.
okay, so whenever the shift's over, right? Can you guys come out and see if he's going to pull off without a front tag on,
I absolutely can.
and
Will I
then
issue
you can cite him, right?
I could cite him, yes, but will
You
I not?
could, or will you?
I won't.
So we're
Why
all-
not? Why? And why do you smile?
I'm smiling.
Why is it
because
funny?
It's funny to me that you're talking about protecting and serving. So what am I going to do? How is writing somebody a ticket for a front plate, which I, again, have the discretion to do or not to do?
Understand.
How is that protecting and serving? When we
It's
can
really
go out there?
not.
It's not. So like I said,
But
we
it's
have
against
discretion.
the law, though, and you are lawmen, or you policy enforcers.
If I
Which one
had
is
no
it?
front license plate, would you just say, screw it, I'm just going to keep
You said- I
continuing
already
on
asked
my
that.
way?
You said it would depend on the situation, and maybe I'd
It,
let you go, maybe
it
I
absolutely
wouldn't.
would be discretionary. I mean, and that's the thing. That's the thing about Title 39. Listen, okay, you're like,
I get it. I get it.
Title 39. Sir, I don't believe there any smoking
Oh,
on
I'm
the
sorry.
public
So
property
real quick, I'll
land.
get out of your hair. My last sentence is that we're all adults here, and we all know exactly what's going on. And it's a real shame that you're covering for your blue line terrorist friends. And then that's all it's really about.
Well, I'm sorry.
If there was any,
you
no,
see
no,
us as
well, no, no,
terrorists.
no, well, when you do terroristic acts, what are you supposed to be called? I'm confused. So real quick, I'll get out of your hair. I don't want to hold you guys up. They're out of compliance. They're out of state law. You know what you really should do. You're not going to do it because of who owns them. So let's just be honest. You know, why blow smoke and pretend that we're doing something we're not doing?
I'm going to go ahead and say what I've said to you before. There's discretion. Every car that we pull over, we do not issue a citation to.
I understand. Believe you me.
I have a question.
So I hope that-
would you give me the same hard time or question the same thing if I pulled you over? Let's say I pulled you over for whatever non-moving violation, and I then said, okay, you know what, sir? Take care of this, do that, do whatever it is that you need to take care of it.
You're right.
And I'm going to let you go with a warning.
You're very right.
So,
You're right.
so would that be a terrorist
So
act?
No.
Would
Wait.
that be a terrorist
No.
act?
No.
If you
Wait.
pulled me over for a no front license plate,
No.
would you still let me go?
No.
I wouldn't
Okay.
pull anybody over
Okay,
for
look.
no front license
All right.
plate.
Really?
I
Okay.
Could you,
That's
could
fine.
you, as the chief, you're the chief, correct?
I am.
Could you, as the chief, find out who these employees of yours that work under you are, and give them discretion.
Tell them to follow the law.
But you can't give them discretion how many times can somebody get discretion over and over again until they are getting a ticket? So could you just tell them, hey, you have to have a front license plate. If you keep coming to work without a front license plate, I'm going to be forced to order you or give you so much discretion. Now you have to do it, you know?
Again, discretion. I don't have to issue a motor vehicle ticket. Can I, to the employees, absolutely say, hey, you know what? We are police officers. We should probably, like you said, not be hypocritical. If you're going to issue not having a ticket on a plate on the front, then you should go ahead and follow that. So absolutely, I could do that.
So you could.
That you guys
So
really don't have a great name out there in the world. Not you guys, but the police in general. So why not show the world that we in Egg Harbor City do the right thing? I mean, it's not that hard to do
I
the
think
right
our actions
thing.
speak. I think our actions when we deal with
You've
the
been
public and how we
kind.
do that. I think that speaks more than you coming here trying to. And I'm going to call it what it is. You call us terrorists. You're coming here trying to provoke us.
No, not at all. But when you
that's-
act like a terrorist and don't do what you are paid to do, then people have to assume that you're something you're pretending you're not. So just do the right thing always in life, not just as an officer, as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, as a friend, as a lover. The whole time. Live your life every day the right way. And if you want to give them discretion, that's perfectly fine, and I understand that. But he made a great point is, how many times can you see something wrong and let it go?
No,
No.
you're again.
So
There
that's
is
my only point. It's all good.
And my point to that would be, we do allow a lot of people latitude with non-moving violations.
That's fine.
And
Good for
so
you.
when you're saying that we are terrorists by not issuing officers or anybody who's parked here or anybody else, then essentially you're saying that we are doing the same when
When
we
you
allow
terrorize
discretion.
people, and that word is very broad.
Yes.
When you extort, when you
Are we
attack,
extorting?
when you well, just in general, not you, but just in general.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody extorts and cages and kidnaps and harms and does this, all because of policy and statute, not because
These
of
are
law.
such inflammatory.
Well,
like
no, I don't want it to be
kidnapping.
that way.
No,
It's
you're
just
like-
words.
You're saying, oh, the law says to kidnap. That's
Well,
not.
the law does not say to kidnap, but
No,
it says
you're using them in the same sentence.
because when someone doesn't break a law, say I'm selling a joint to my friend and you see us and it's not New Jersey and it's against the law, where is the victim? By black law states for there to be a crime there has to be a victim. So if we're both consenting adults that have no problem, there's no crime. So how could you arrest them? The reason is because you have overridden my constitutional rights with policies and procedures to take away my God-given rights.
To sell him a joint.
Well, that's just an example.
Okay, yeah, but-
Prostitution, anything. Okay, when you have two
Well, I
consenting
beg to
adults.
differ that prostitution is.
Well, we go into the trafficking and all that stuff, but if a woman is consenting and a man is consenting and they exchange money for sex, who's the victim? There is no victim. So there is no law broken. There is policy broken. There is statute broken. And so when you
We've come a long
so
way
real quick,
from the
real-
plate,
well,
from
no,
the
so
drug.
real
Yeah,
quick-
yeah.
I mean,
Well, this is what I'm talking about. So when you cage and kidnap someone for not breaking the law, you're a terrorist.
You lost me with the cage and kidnap for not breaking the law.
Because
So-
if I
so-
sell a joint, you're going to kidnap me, meaning you're going to put me in handcuffs. To me, that's kidnapping, and throw me in a cage.
Okay, so I like that. I like to use.
And throw me in a
you,
cage.
To you.
Okay, to me. So that's kidnapping and caging for not breaking the law. I broke a policy, but policy is not law. And you're lawmen, or are you policy enforcers? Which one are you?
Well, the Attorney General puts out those policies, the guidelines, the directives. So effectively, they are laws, and laws have to be.
No, they're not laws.
Laws have to be. Well, no,
They're
laws
policies
have,
and
laws,
statutes.
They're policies and statutes, and laws have
We
to be
cannot make
promulgated
law
by our
anymore
elected officials.
because
correct?
we have the
Yes.
gold trimmed in flag flying in courtrooms. You can't practice common law anymore in America because
Okay,
we're
so
a
you're
corporation.
so you're now we're talking common law versus okay.
Right.
All right.
So it is what it is. I don't want to bore you. Just take care of that, please. And you know what? And if not, then you stand with the side against the people.
Well,
Because
I,
you
That's
I
have-
true.
beg to differ, but
That would be
I,
true.
I appreciate you. So it's been nice. It's been
Yeah.
nice talking to you.
Very good. You're the chief, you say?
I am.
I love you.
Well, thank you. I
What'd
mean,
you
you
do
call
bef-
me a terrorist. I
Well,
mean,
I
you're
didn't
telling
call
God,
you
I
one.
love you.
Just generally. It's not an attack on you at all. You're a very kind, lovely person. What did you do before this, if you don't mind me asking? What was your occupation?
I worked in a brain injury rehab.
Really?
Yes.
And you went from there to here?
Mhm.
That's interesting. Were you a certified nurse or doctor or anything?
Yes, sir.
Just an assistant, I guess, or something? And before that?
It's just a plain old Jane, just a regular old citizen.
What in the private? What about the private sector of?
An officer?
Since 2008.
We're getting old, aren't we?
Yeah, we
Speak
are.
for yourself.
Not you.
Speak for yourself.
All
Hey,
right, guys.
because you just get like round up these two with the trucks over here and just be like, yo, man, get your shit
Round 'em
together.
up.
You know, just get your shit
Round 'em
together.
up.
Round 'em up.
What, want me caging
Round
you
them
back?
up. Hey, guys,
Caging
huddle
you
up
back?
here. Get your shit together, guys. You gotta have front plates, man. I mean,
First
shit.
time ever happened to those guys. You know? And we know the blue line. We know the fraternity. We know the camaraderie. We know that. We're not stupid. We've been doing this for quite a long time. And it's really just pointing the camera at our public officials. That's
And
really
you know
all
what?
it is.
And here's the thing. I appreciate that. There needs to be accountability
Okay.
in elected officials and any public employees.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Good for you.
So, yeah, you know, are there concerns? Absolutely. Do I get angry when people bring them up? No, because you know what?
Not worth it.
No, it's not.
No, I agree.
You know, so I mean, you can have a conversation.
Well, you got a level head on your shoulders, and you seem to at least understand a lot of things. But you understand what we're saying.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay, that's all. And we know why there's no front plates on. He and I, we know, and we know why they get away with it.
Have
We
you ever
know.
been pulled over and not been given a ticket?
With my attitude,
I'll take that as a no.
maybe when I was younger. I don't get pulled over. I don't break the law. I unfortunately follow everything. Unfortunately, because we're no longer free. We're debt slaves. You're a debt slave. I'm a debt slave. We're all debt slave to an illegal corporation, but that's okay. It's a whole other story. So in the meantime, if what you're saying is absolutely true, then this town is lucky to have you. Okay?
Okay. Well, I mean, that's me personally, and I try to hold my officers to that.
That's
You
what I'm
know,
getting at.
we can, like I said, like I told you, I can talk to them, say, hey, this is what we gotta do. So I mean, and here's the thing, I'm not gonna personally pull over any. I don't know when's the last time I did a car stop. To be truthful.
Well, you normally are on the road doing them anyways.
No.
As a chief.
So,
So that's one of the reasons. But
so, I
either
mean,
way,
it's a
even
risk.
when you
It's
did,
a risk that these guys run. You
Is
know,
it?
driving elsewhere.
Some people get pulled over. It's like what, like $70, $80 ticket or something, not having the front plate. That takes like a day's worth of food off the table for a family, and we're living in tough times, and you gotta have to understand, you know.
Listen, she has
no,
discretion,
discretion.
which is
And
good.
here's one of the things that I've always told a lot of people: you need to use that discretion, especially these guys, because a traffic ticket, can make or break somebody. You know, it can put them into a downward spiral. It can mean not feeding their kids, or you know, not paying a light bill. So those are things that we do have to take into consideration.
Right, and my only concern was, what if one of those two officers without the front plates pulled somebody over for not having a front plate and came back to work, clocked out, or I know you guys don't clock in or out, or sign in, sign out,
critically ironic.
and go back to their car with no front plate. I mean,
Well, we see
it
a
would
lot.
it
We've
would
been doing this for a while. We see a lot of bad and very little good. You're actually a little ray of sunshine.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
Well,
I don't
you
think
are.
anybody's called me that in a long time. But
Well, there you go. Am I wrong?
right on, right on.
I mean,
Right
you know,
on.
You're not being a dick or anything, or have a big ego, and trying to, boss people around, and you're listening to what we have to say and explaining how your thoughts are. And what more can you ask from a public official?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
public servant.
Public service.
Public,
And
we
that's what
didn't,
we
not
are, we're
elected.
servants, you know, and you
A
know,
lot of officers forget that.
I think a lot of people in general forget that. You know, I think, you know, I do. I mean, I spent last Wednesday afternoon at Rittenberg Manor, our old folks' home, serving food with with one of the guys named Chef
Volunteering
Andre.
your own time or on the clock?
I was off the clock.
Good.
It was after work.
Right on.
I was in plain clothes.
Right on.
Good for you. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Like I said,
Like,
you're
that's the
a
kind
good
of thing
person.
that-
And what was your name again, Chief?
Chief Marcella Aylwin.
Thank you, Elwin. Marcelo
Never got
Elwin.
married?
What's that?
Never got married?
Oh, you didn't ask that, but
No,
I'm not,
well-
that's not something we're going to talk about.
No, we're not. I just figured that without a hyphen or something that you may not be married. That's all. A lot of women in this type of work, or want to hyphen their last name, whatever.
No, man, I earned what I earned. It doesn't matter who I'm married to.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, well, you know what? It's refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to have somebody that's not mean to us.
Yeah, or just cares a little bit. At least sounds like she cares, and then that's what really is important. Because, like you said, a lot of people are not doing well, and a little bit of bump in the law for the wrong way can really put harm on them.
No, it can. And you know what? And I mean, even just interactions like this, you know, it's like, let's say I come out here being a jerk. What's that going to do? For your
It's going to make a great video for me.
Yeah, it's going to make a great video for
Okay.
you, but what's it going to do for your opinion that you already have of law enforcement, but it's going to just bolster that. So, I mean, here,
I don't
it's
judge
like,
people. I have a level head. I know what I see. I know what has been done to me throughout my life just for holding people accountable. We've been arrested, I won't say caged, multiple times for just being on a public space, holding a camera, trying to get answers.
no.
And so, you know, we've been there, and we do it for multiple reasons. I'm not angry or bitter. I'm too old for that. I want to help the next generation not be as free as I was when I was young. You know, I don't know how old you are. You look very young, but I was born in the 60s. You know, and lived through the 70s and 80s, and they were wonderful times. Now, I mean, my God, look at this world. It's insane.
There's a lot of insane stuff going on, absolutely.
It really is. And you want to wear that mask? You don't have to by talking to us if you wanted to take it off.
You can see my face. I just came from inside.
Oh, no.
though,
I
so-
just trying to be respectful.
Yeah,
If
no,
you
I
didn't
just-
want to have it on, you could take it off, is all I'm saying. That's cool. That's cool. So it is what it is, Brian. You good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I don't want to hold you up. You've been very kind, and I'm glad we stopped by. I really am. Because we don't get this reaction hardly ever. Maybe
Really?
3%. Oh, gotcha.
I'm sorry to hear that. We need to do better.
So are we. You know, and that's what we do as long as other people also go visit public buildings, visit police. You may see the auditors or whatever they want to call themselves. And the reactions are never positive. Very sad.
I'm going to challenge you, and this is. So I want you to go back. You can go on the Egg Harbor City website. I just recently got sworn in as chief, and you will hear me say to the elected officials and to the public, I'm going to challenge you to do better, challenge you to be better, because that's what we're trying to do.
Good.
So you know, I kind of.
Somebody brought you up, right? For you have a head in your
And
shoulder.
you got all these young kid officers here. You can train them early to be good people. It's
Well,
good
you know
that
what?
they're under you. You know.
Well, I appreciate that.
It's good to have a strong person in charge that wants to do the right thing.
Right.
And you have a battle ahead of you, let me tell you right now. Every person that wants to do right in your position is going to get so much backlash or something. Oh, I know you know. I know you know. It's not just like Harbor City, it's everywhere. And good for you. All right. How many officers you have on the force? Roughly. 50?
Oh, no, we're a small town.
See, that's what I thought, man. And you thought it was a city.
Did they have a
Bigger.
downtown area that kind of has like row home like stores and stuff somewhere around?
There's stores. Most of the stores that are there do have maybe one or two apartments above. There's there's one or two places that have more than that.
I figured it was a city.
It's just a
We're
strip.
Egg Harbor
It's just a strip.
Township also,
Egg Harbor
right?
Township is huge, and they're
Bigger than the city.
Oh yeah, much bigger.
See, the word's this.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of people get those confused because there's Little Egg Harbor, which is actually in the next county up, and then there's Egg Harbor City. We only have a population of about 4,200, so we're not that big. Yeah, we're not big at all. Egg Harbor Township, I don't know what their population is, but they're monsters.
I've been to Egg Harbor Township, and the lieutenant there, she made a huge mistake and became a viral video.
Oh dear. Well, I hope I become viral for
So
different
do I.
reasons.
yes, me too. Me
People
too.
need to see the good as well as the bad.
Right.
And we will absolutely post this on our channel, Southeastern PA Community Watch, and if he wants to give his,
WolfyGladly.
you know.
Yep.
So, you know, it is what it is. We're just trying to make things better, and sometimes it costs us a lot. And we just won a case against the New Jersey State Police who caged us and cited us with defiant trespass and obstruction for not even doing either.
Right.
So we spent thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars fighting in court. We won in the end. You know,
But, I mean, that's.
so do we have to do that every time?
Yeah.
You know, it's hard. But thank you, young lady.
All right.
Have
well,
a lovely
you guys
day.
Have a
Have a
good
good New Year.
Stay safe.
You too, man.
I'll be sure to go tell my guys to pull you over when you
All
leave.
right. Thank you, Manager Alwyn.
All right. Thanks very much, man. You've been great.
That was all right. That was pretty good. It's a productive talk when you can get inside the head of somebody the way Southeastern PA did that there. You can actually start to feed them information.
Yeah.
And then you see where it develops. We developed a long way from the tag thing, and yes, that's the point. And
We did.
well
We
done.
beat
Well
the-
done, Dan.
We beat the tag thing to death. They weren't going to do anything about it.
Well done, Dan.
So we had to go a different
Awesome.
direction.
Yeah, you too, man.